How's it going, ladies and gents? Welcome back to the weekly Schtick. My name is Schtick, and even though I'm running on 4 hours of sleep, I got a story for you guys today. So, there's two characters to this story. We got my boy and the girl. So my boy, he's been dating the girl for around half a year now, and he's going into his senior year of high school, and she's going into her freshman year of college. If you know how those relationships go, they can usually get a little iffy. But the difference here, the university that the girl's going to is only an hour away, so they could easily still see each other. But because of the distance and some other things, they decide to go on break. They have it all planned out on the Google Calendar saying we're going to break up this day when she goes off to university. I made a joke of it that they were going to put it on their Google Calendar. So she's gone. They're kind of doing their own thing. Fast forward a month. We have our September in-service. There's this thing with lifeguarding where we work once a month, the first Sunday of every month. It's just like a monthly training, making sure we still know how to save people. And after in-service, a couple of us decided to go to Tijuana Flats. And that's when my guy tells us that a special guest is going to be pulling up. And what do you know? The girl's there. My boy he's not taking it too well, because they're in that awkward situation where they still love each other, but they're on a break. So why did they choose to go on break? Sure, there's the distance, but what happened was the girl has a couple of mental things with her. So what happened was during their relationship, my boy was her main source of happiness, main source of daily motivation. She had her other sources. She had the gym. The gym was another big one. She loved it. And a couple of other small things. But when she went to university, she lost all of those habits. She stopped going to the gym. Also, in their relationship, she was getting a little codependent on him, I guess you could say. She was leaning on him for that happiness, for that motivation, which, doesn't seem like there's anything wrong with that. And it's probably a little bit worse than what I've been led to believe. She moved and she lost all of those habits. And she didn't want to be codependent and reliant on my boy. So she asked her girls what she should do. They all give the same stupid modern advice of just go on break. It'll solve everything. You guys will come back together as better people. Which has got to be the stupidest trend that has developed ever. Now, why are breaks so bad? Let me tell you. If you're in a situation with your partner or in any other relationship, your parents, your friends, your colleagues, your teachers, whatever, and there's an issue, like a big issue that's arisen, what you guys need to do is set down some time aside and talk to each other about it. Talk about everything and lay everything on the table. You put everything out there and you understand each other and you try to improve and act better and know what works, what doesn't work, what you need to change. And that's how you guys can start improving. And if it's something that's past the point of repair, you lost feelings, you don't want to improve things, you want it to just be over, then you end it. But this weird middle ground of going on break, that does nothing. All you're doing is delaying one or the other. Why would you delay anything? All the delaying is going to do is cause more hurt. You're going to be hurting during that break. And not much good is going to come from that. You might change a little bit, but you would have changed a lot more and a lot faster if you just stuck together or broke apart. So me and him are talking, and he knows that it would be so much better and easier if they stayed together. But he loves her too much. So he's kind of allowing this to happen to him. He knows it's not the best decision for him or her, but he's afraid to really hold his own ground. He's doing this for her. And so I ask him, Why can't you guys fix this together? Why doesn't she want to grow together? And he just says straight up, she doesn't want to. Sounding to me like he cares more about her than she does him. And so I told him when we all leave, he needs to have that talk with her and just lay everything down. Now, I don't know how it went. He hasn't told me. One more thing I want to talk to you boys and lads about. Make sure that you guys are really scoping out your partner before you decide to get into a relationship with them. Because if you want to have a good relationship, then you have to be willing to fully commit to that. You guys have to be willing to truly be there for each other and love each other through the struggles and pain and whatever arises. And what that means is you're gonna have to go through the girls or the guys or the whatevers, and you're gonna have to make sure that that's someone that you're willing to put up with. If it means that you have to reject them against what your dick's telling you to do, then you're gonna have to do it. It sucks in the short term, but down the road you're gonna be really glad you did it. I am sure glad I did, especially after having to play therapist for my boy and hearing all of that. If you guys have a question, have a topic, want me to give you some advice, I have that Google form in the description. If I missed something, if you would have said something differently, leave it down in the comments below. I'd love to hear what any of you guys would think differently, and I'll see you in the next one.